Greetings, community. Happy full moon in Gemini. Be brave, be bold, surrender. Be brave, be bold, surrender. Hello, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Isn't the week going by, y'all? Like, the month is going by. We're already on the 7th, y'all. But happy Wednesday. Be brave, be bold, surrender. That's what we're going to talk about today. We are going to talk about, well, before we jump in, what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? I am grateful for water. I am grateful for water because water is life. Water gives us life. Water sustains life. We are water. We are, 75 to 80% water? 75% water. It's essential to our health. So whatever you are grateful for, type in the chat. And if you're catching this live later, type in the comments. But be brave, be bold, surrender. Did you know that our ability to surrender is associated with our solar plexus chakra? Our ability to surrender to the process, to surrender to whatever it is that we need to surrender, is associated with our solar plexus chakra. So before we jump in, for those of you who don't know, we are doing a group fast at the end of this month. It's a chakra juice fast. And this fast is dedicated towards the chakras. And chakras are wheels of energy that make up our life force. And it's associated with our endocrine system. However, we have hundreds of chakras. But here at Kemunity Yoga, we focus mainly on the 7 main chakras. My name is Jamisi Monroe. I am the CEO and owner of Kemunity Yoga. And we are a holistic health company, health and wellness. So we offer yoga, we offer meditation classes, we offer fasting programs, group fasting programs, one-on-one yoga, one-on-one meditation classes. And we focus on all things energy, all things energy. And we teach about the chakras from an energetic spiritual perspective, because health and wellness is mind, body, and spirit. We live in a society, in the Western society, we focus mainly on the mind and the body, but we leave out the spirit. Other societies and cultures incorporate the spirit in their societal system, or in their system, or when it comes to health and wellness. However, we don't really focus too much on that, in our healthcare system. It's not there, the spiritual aspect. So it's up to us to learn this information so that we can be well holistically, not just well mentally and physically, because that actually doesn't exist. In order for you to be considered healthy and well, you have to be healthy and well mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, as they are interdependent of each other. So, with that being said, we are going to jump in. Did you know that your ability to surrender is associated with the solar plexus chakra? Our solar plexus chakra is one of the biggest chakras. It's here. Okay, this is where our solar plexus chakra sits. And it's associated with our willpower, our personal power, our self-esteem, our confidence, our courage, our intellect, our humor. This bad boy sits right here. And I know if you're familiar, you may have heard people say the mind-body connection. Or excuse me, not mind-body. The mind-gut connection. The gut plays a huge important role on our mind, and vice versa. They are connected. So when this is out of balance, then this is out of balance. So when it comes to the solar plexus chakra, so when it's overactive, you may be dealing with or struggling with control issues. When it's underactive, you may be dealing with self-esteem issues. self-worth issues. It's also associated with self-worth. So the topic of the day is be brave, be bold, and surrender. So the question I want to ask is, what is it that you want to manifest next year? What do you want to manifest next year? What do y'all want to manifest next year? Because I'm going live every day until January 1st. And we are preparing our mind, our body, and our spirit for the new year. Change starts now. So we are doing the work now. We're thinking about ways of how we can change ourselves, our minds, our body, our spirit. We're thinking about the necessary changes that need to happen now so that when 2023 rolls around very shortly, we are already in flow. The ultimate goal is to always be in flow. And so we are preparing ourselves now to be in flow. So when the flow comes, or when the new year comes, we just already moving and grooving. So what is it that you want to manifest next year, y'all? What do you want to manifest next year? When it comes to manifestation, the process is the thought. It starts with thought first. What do you want to manifest? And when it comes to the solar plexus chakra and manifestation, the issues lie in the last two steps of manifestation. So when it comes to manifestation, it starts with a thought in the mind. So you see it, it's a thought, you see it in your mind's eye. So you see it in your mind's eye, right? That's where manifestation starts. Then after the manifestation starts, then what do? You plan. You put in, you create the plan. Okay, so I have the thought, now let me create the plan. What's the plan? Like, how are we going to do this? What are the steps? All right. After the steps, after you create the steps, you set the intention. Okay, so what is the intention? You put the intention out there. After the intention, then you put forth action so that you can manifest. However, after that action, the biggest part of the manifestation process is surrendering. So you're being brave by having the thought in the first place. You're being brave by believing in yourself that you can actually bring this into fruition. You're being bold by putting forth the action. In the manifestation process, the surrendering is the most important part. That is the most important part of the manifestation process. And when it comes to the solar plexus, in the manifestation process, if your solar plexus chakra is underactive, then you'll be stuck at the action process, or action step in the manifestation. So the action may be difficult for you. That's where the challenge may arise for you. When you get to the surrender part, when your solar plexus is overactive, the surrender part is the challenge for you. So let me back up. For the solar plexus, in the manifestation process, if your solar plexus chakra is underactive, then your blockage may be the action to manifest. If your solar plexus chakra is overactive, the blockage may be surrendering to the process in order to manifest and bring it into fruition. The reason why, when your solar plexus is underactive, you cannot, or you may not find yourself to put forth the action because of fear. That means fear is keeping you from, or believing in yourself. Your self-esteem is keeping you from putting forth the action, the fear that's there. If you are overactive and you get stuck at the surrendering part, then that's associated with control, which also links back to fear. So you want to control because your grip is so tight. Your grip is like this. It's hard for you to surrender because you want the manifestation to happen the way that you planned it out. But when it comes to manifesting, your goals can play out in unexpected ways. When nature is involved, you have to surrender and let go. All your only job is to set the intention, create the plan, and put the action, and then let go. You're not supposed to worry about how it's going to happen. All you need to do is put the energy forward and to move forward. But when your solar plexus is working overtime, then you will struggle with surrendering because you are in a state of wanting it to happen how you want it to. When your solar plexus is not working as it should and is below what it's working, then you're going to be stuck at putting the action forward because of the belief in self or believing that it can happen for you. So I want to give y'all an example. So I had an event. I put an event together, and I wanted 7 people at this event. I wanted 7 people specifically, mainly because it's my favorite number and it's my life path number. And so I put the intention for 7 people to be at the event. However, when it came time for the event to happen, like the people who were going to come ended up not coming. So, or where they didn't come, and they also let me know that they couldn't make it due to whatever reason. And so I was kind of bummed about it. And I'm like, oh man, so what I did was I said, okay, let me just write out like to get the feelings and emotions out. And I said, you know what? My intention is for 7 people to be at my event. All I can do is surrender. I don't know how it's going to happen, but that's the intention that I set. So after like releasing and letting go of how I wanted the event to unfold, when the event came, by the end of that event, I had 7 people there. And the way it happened was so magical. It was like, wow, that is just amazing. And that's not the first time, things like that have happened to me. However, it's true. Like when I'm saying, like, what I'm saying is the actual truth because I experience it. When you put the intention out and you put the actions behind it, and you let go of the outcome, you receive everything you need and more. Because I know for me, when it comes to manifestation, and when it came to it, at times, I want to like hold on tight because I want it to unfold how I want it to unfold. But in learning how manifestation actually works, I've learned to relinquish control and to let go. Because the personal lesson that I had to learn is like when your fists are closed like this, when you're holding on tightly like this, your manifestations cannot come in because you're blocked off to receiving. But when you open up your hands, you can receive your manifestations. So meaning when you let go of control, when you surrender to control and you open up, you receive in unexpected ways. That's how manifestation works. That's how it works. You open up. You open yourself up to limitless possibilities. But if you're closed off, all your manifestation is going to do like this. It's going to pass you by. It's going to pass you by. Now, the good thing about the universe is that it's in a constant flow. So when you're ready to let go and not trying to figure it out on your own, because the divine intelligence that's always at work is going to bless you with what you ask for and even more at times. Isn't that a beautiful thing? The universe is so magical, y'all. So magical. It's so vast. We are magical beings. We are spiritual, electromagnetic beings. And we are powerful. And we can truly create whatever it is that we desire. We just have to believe it, and we have to surrender to the process. But the process is being brave enough to have the idea and to believe in yourself, being bold enough to take the actions, and surrendering and allowing everything to come into fruition how it's supposed to. It's a beautiful thing, y'all. It's such a beautiful thing. So again, the question is, what is it that you want to manifest next year? What do you want to manifest for next year? Whatever it is that you want to manifest, I'm going to provide you with 3 steps that you can take to help you manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest for next year. Because that's what we're talking about. Thank y'all for joining. Type in the chat what you're grateful for. Gratitude is the best attitude. And that's the state that we should all live in. We should all live in gratitude. Because gratitude opens your eyes up to what's around you that we may take for granted. It opens your eyes up to the simple pleasures in life. And we're supposed to be grateful for everything, y'all. We're supposed to be grateful for the breath in our body. We're supposed to be grateful for the sun, for the trees, for nature. We're supposed to be grateful for everything that we have. And that's how you receive more. More of what you already have is by being in the state of gratitude. But I'm going to provide you with 3 steps to manifest the goals that you want to manifest for next year. Step number one, I want you to write down what you want to manifest for next year. But not only are you going to write down what you want to manifest, this is where the magic comes into play. Are you ready? I want you to write down what you want to manifest in past tense as if it already happened. Oof. That's the game changer right there, y'all. I'm telling you. That is the game changer right there. Step number 1, write down what you want to manifest for next year. And write it down in past tense as if it already happened. As if you already received it. Because the magical thing about our brain is our brain, the way our mind works, it's like, oh, you trigger the brain. It's like, oh, we did it already? Oh, okay. You know what I mean? So it will act as if you already have it. And it will look for ways and opportunities for you to manifest whatever it is that you desire. So step number 1, write down your goals for next year, but you're going to write out the steps, but you're going to write out everything in past tense as if you already have it. That's what you're going to do. Step number 2, visualize. I want you to visualize the experience when you receive your manifestations. Feel it. What does it feel like? What is your facial expression when you receive that manifestation? What are you wearing? Down to the clothes, y'all. And I'm so serious. All the way down to the clothes. What are you wearing? How, like, what do you have on? How is your hair? What shoes do you have on? How are you feeling? How are you walking? How are you talking? That's the power. That power in that visualization. I'm grateful for my home. Yes. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Step number 2 is to visualize. Visualize. And if you struggle with visualizing, what you can do is pictures. Use pictures. Do a vision board. Vision board can be very powerful. So, just print out a picture of yourself, or take a picture of yourself and put the things around whatever it is that you want to manifest, and look at it every single day. You want to look at it every day, and that's going to help you with your visualization process. And step number 3. Step number 3 is law of assumption. Step number 3 is law of assumption. So you're going to assume the position. You're going to act as if you already are. You're going to act as if you already have, because you already do. You do have it already. You're just bringing yourself into alignment with what it is that you want and you desire. But I want you to think about, what does that version of you look like, who's wanting to manifest whatever it is that you're desiring? Like, what does that version of you, what do they do? Where do they go? What activities do they partake in? That's what I want you all to consider when it comes to manifesting. So I'm going to recap the steps. Step number 1, you're going to write down. You're going to write down what it is that you want to manifest. You're going to write down the steps, but you're going to not only write it down, you're going to write it down in past tense as if it already happened. That's where the power comes in. The magic comes in when you write it down in past tense. Step number 2, you're going to visualize. You're going to visualize the experience of receiving the manifestation, of the manifestation coming into fruition. So you're going to visualize, what am I wearing? How do I look? What is my facial expression? You can even go down to, how do you smell? You can get very detailed with it. Like, where are you when you receive your manifestation? What is the feeling? You're going to embody that feeling. Like, if you're going to be super excited, then be super excited when you're visualizing. If you're going to be like chill and content, like, I knew it was going to happen, then be chill and content. Like, I know it's going to happen. It's up to you to be in the vibes and create that frequency that you want. And that's how the universe is going to respond. It's like, oh, I remember that frequency when you were in that visualization. All right. So then you're going to remember that frequency. And when it happens, you're going to be in that frequency. So it's going to hit you because you probably not even paying attention, and you're in that frequency doing something. The next thing you know it, your manifestation is here. It's magical, y'all. It's magical. Step number 3 is law of assumption. Assume the position. Act as if you already are. Act as if you already have. That is what you're going to do. So all of these steps are going to help align you with the manifestations that you are desiring. It's so powerful. And at the end of the day, if you take all of this away, what is the key factor in all of this that I just said? It's your mind, y'all. Isn't that amazing? It's your mind. At the end of the day, if you take all of the things that the steps I just said out of the way, it's your mind. At the end of the day, you have the power to create from your mind. Creation starts with a thought. So if you see it in your mind's eye, if you said, hey, I want to invent the newest, greatest invention that ever existed, and you see it, you see what it looks like, you see how it works, you see it, right? Now you're going to try to figure out how to do it. Like, it started up here in this dimension, and now you want to bring it in this dimension, in the 3D. So it's powerful. But what's the saying? The mind is a terrible thing to waste. We got to use our minds, y'all. That brain power. It's up to us to use our mind to create the reality that we desire, and we have the power to do that. But if we are, and we were talking about the solar plexus chakra, if for those of you who just hopped on. However, a lot of us can get stuck at the action part or the surrendering part. So when those are imbalances either way. The action part of manifestation is an underactive solar plexus chakra when you're stuck there. The surrendering part is an overactive solar plexus chakra, because that's the issue with control, relinquishing control. So if you are having those issues with the manifestation process, then guess what? We got to bring it into balance. And how are you going to bring it into balance, y'all, you ask? I thought you would never ask. We bring it into balance by fasting. And we're going to be doing a fast at the end of this month. We're going to be doing a chakra juice fast, and it's going to clear those blockages. It's going to help bring you into alignment. We're going to reset. We're going to purify our minds, our bodies, and our spirit. We're going to get those blockages and all of that out of the way. Now, this is something that you do on a continuous basis, fasting. So for those of you who don't know my story, I've been fasting for 2 years now. So for the entire pandemic, every 3 months, 3 to 4, depending on, but every quarter, I've been fasting. And each time I fast, I level up in some type of way. I level up in spirit. And the first time that I fasted towards the beginning of the pandemic in June in 2020, I eliminated cysts from my ovaries. I had my greatest spiritual awakening. I experienced another level of peace I never experienced before. And by the time it got to the end of the fast, I felt true love from myself for the first time. I felt it, and it was powerful. It was magical. It was beautiful. And I was like, man. So at the end of that fast, when I experienced that peace, I said to myself that I want other people to feel this. And so I created this fast. It's a fast like never before. It's a chakra juice fast. It's a master chakra juice fast at that. And the reason why it's a master, because it's cleansing and resetting your entire system. But we're focusing on our endocrine system. We're bringing that all back into balance. And when you come back into balance with yourself, you come into harmony with self internally, and then you'll come into harmony externally. And that's the powerful thing about it. So that was my first fast. But the most significant after that was my longest fast. And I did that for 62 days, y'all. This same fast that I had my spiritual awakening and all of that I just mentioned to you in 7 days. I did all of that happened in 7 days, just so that y'all know. Within 7 days, I experienced all of that I just told you. Eliminating the cyst, spiritual awakening, the self, the love aspect, the peace, all of that was in 7 days. So I experienced that in 7 days. So imagine what I experienced in 62 days, y'all. It's beyond me, It definitely was an experience, Like I said, I shared in another live, but I leveled up every 10 days. I don't know what it was about the number 10, but when I was fasting for 62 days, every 10 days, and I would count because I was just keeping track of everything. And when it hit, it never failed. When it hit day number 10, I just woke up on a higher vibration, a higher frequency, and it just kept getting felt like I was floating, But I was in my goddess body, I was in my goddess body and in my light body energy, and it was amazing. But nonetheless, I'm not gonna act like it wasn't challenging. 62 days, yeah. In the beginning, it was definitely challenging for me in the beginning. But once it finally clicked, it was nothing, So because when you haven't eaten for that long, your body is like, we're used to this, So I'm just doing liquids, just so that I was drinking herbal teas, fresh pressed juices, and water. That's what this fast consists of. And you can do it, y'all. Don't be afraid. You can do it. Like I said, our mind is powerful. We just have to program and train our mind. And that's what I'm going to help you with. I'm going to coach you on this fast because I'm going to be doing it with you. And I want you all to do it with me. We're going to be fasting at the end of this month. And I do this every year. This is my second time doing this fast. But I've been fasting every year, bringing in my new year with some type of fast every year. So with this fast, it's going to be straight liquids, and I'm just purifying. So I'm leaving 2022 in 2022, and I'm stepping into 2023 fresh, renewed, purified, in alignment with self, so that I can start my new year how I desire to. And so I want y'all to join me on this fast. So if you're interested in this fast and you're ready to reset your life, if you're ready to strengthen your solar plexus so that you can manifest for 2023, then click the link in the bio and pre-register for this fast, y'all. Make sure that y'all pre-register. All I need is your email, and then I'll send you some emails shortly after so that we can get the process going. But definitely click the link in the bio, pre-register for this chakra juice fast so that you can get your mind, your body, and your spirit right, y'all. Like, we got to get our mind, our body, and our spirit right. It's time. 2023 is going to be wonderful. I feel it. It's going to be a wonderful year for us all. So if you had a rough year this year, if you experience challenges after challenges after challenges, and you're like, you know what, I need to reset, I need to take a step back and go within, this fast is for you. And it's a fast like never before. You're going to learn about the chakras, and you're going to learn how it connects in your everyday life, because our chakras are every day in our life, because it is us. It makes up our life force. So for those of you who don't know, our root chakra is associated with our survival, our stability, our security, our home. Okay, so when you think of the root chakra, think of being grounded. It's the first chakra. It starts at the bottom, at the base of your spine. But in the physical, it's associated with our home, our apartment, our stability, our tribe, the people we hang out with. This is home base. Our root chakra is the roots. It's also associated with our passed down loved ones, our ancestors, and the generations before us, because it is our root. Then you move up to the sacral chakra. This is where our sexual reproductive organs are. But it's also associated with our creativity, our sexuality. I posted a reel earlier today about the sacral chakra, so go back and check that out if you want to, briefly have know a little bit about it. But it's our creativity, our sexuality, our sensuality. It's our inner child. How do you connect with your inner child? Like, we are adulting, and when you're adulting, sometimes, society kind of makes you feel like you have to shun away from the child aspect of you, your inner child. But your inner child is still there. Just because you're ignoring him or her doesn't mean that they're not there. You need to tap in with your inner child and have fun, play, laugh, joke. So that's your sacral chakra. And then your solar plexus chakra, which we were talking about earlier in the live, is your willpower, your self-esteem, your self-worth, your confidence, your courage. That's here. That is it's also associated with intellect. It is associated with our focus as well. That's one thing I didn't mention. Then you have the heart. That's the compassion, the unconditional love, the forgiveness. This is where our heart is associated with. It's loving self and loving others. Self-love is the best love. You got to love yourself first before you can love anyone else. And this is where a lot of us have issues. It's the bridge between our higher chakras and our lower chakras. And this is where a lot of the blockages are for a lot of us in society. So our energy will stop here sometimes. Depending on, for the most part, our energy stops here. But the ultimate goal is for us to be in alignment. When you're in alignment, your energy is going like this. That's how your energy is going to go. So that's the heart chakra. The throat chakra is our ability to express ourselves, to speak our truth, to be confident in speaking. But it also is associated with listening. So it's finding a balance between speaking our truth and listening. It's that speech and silence. So this can be connected with meditation. We can speak out when it comes to manifestation. You speak out what you want. And then if you're meditating, you're listening to the answers. You're allowing, if you have that ability to listen. But nonetheless. So this is the communication, this is the expression, this is your ability to speak and to listen, to understand. It's reasoning. It's healthy reasoning, healthy communication. Then we go to the third eye. You know, that is our intuition, our wisdom, our imagination, our spiritual gifts, and our abilities. That's where our third eye is. And then we have the crown chakra. It connects us to the spiritual realm. And it connects us to past down loved ones. It connects us to source, our higher self, God, universe. It connects us to every living thing and being on this planet, on this earth, in the universe. It connects us to every living organism. So those are the 7 main chakras, and the cool thing about it is it's also connected to the endocrine system. Our endocrine system is in alignment with our chakras. So that's the pretty amazing thing about it. There's a spiritual aspect, there's a science aspect, there's a physical aspect, there's an emotional aspect to our chakras. That is how you can determine your health and well-being. And that's what we're all about here at Kemunity Yoga, is educating you on your health and well-being and not leaving out the spiritual aspect of your health, because they are interdependent. You can't have one without the other. So be brave, y'all. Be bold and surrender to the process, because what you want and desires you. So that's all that I have for y'all today. Thank you for joining me. I hope that y'all have a phenomenal evening, rest of your evening. I will see you tomorrow, as we are going live every day until January 1st. Click the link in the bio to pre-register for the Chakra Juice Fast, and be on the lookout for some emails so that we can prepare for this fast and you know what to expect and what you all need for the fast. So thank you so much, and you have a great day. A great evening, actually. TTYL. Thank you. Thank you for joining.